What's up, fight fans? Like it or not, several divisions are highly underrated and underhyped in the fight game. One of the most severely underhyped divisions in the UFC is the men's flyweight division. While the fighters might float like a butterfly and sting like a bee, they don't seem to have that mainstream appeal. And as you know, in this business, you earn what you sell. Now, there might be several factors contributing to their mainstream appeal. The lack of someone who can entertain fans on the mic, someone with the capability of talking trash with an entertainer's flair, or even blatant underpromotion by the UFC seems to be contributing to the lackluster flyweight division. However, the fans are anything but. And believe me when I say this, you go out to grab a quick beer and might very well come back to the winner getting his hand raised. That's how fast they are. Their speed and technical finesse are no joke. So let's see the top 10 finishes the division proudly brags about. But before that, stop looking at the video for a moment. Focus your attention on the blood red subscribe button and the thumbs up icon below the video. Smash both of them as hard as you can. Show no mercy. Now coming back to our video. Number 10. Demetrius Johnson versus John Moraga. This fight marked DJ's second title defense. The best part about Mighty Mouse is that he is a slick submission artist who can put your lights off if you get too comfortable on your feet. He can also go the distance. And by the distance, I don't mean 15 minutes inside the octagon, but the whole 5 rounds. That's the humongous gas tank of the Mighty Mouse. I'm not here to talk about his technical prowess, since he has already cemented his status as one of the undisputed MMA GOATs. I'm here to talk about the immense pain he put his adversary through after going toe-to-toe with him for 23 minutes straight. DJ had Moraga in a Kimura attempt. But before anybody could even anticipate what was coming, DJ made a slick transition into an excruciatingly painful armbar, of which there was no way out. Number 9. Tim Elliott versus Ben Nguyen. Now, who doesn't like a fight that ends quickly with a bang? You can call this one the definition of a super quick banger. Not as quick as Masvidal and Askren. This fight didn't even last a minute. Ben simply woke up and chose to fight to end violence. I mean, even the introduction of the fighters was longer than the actual fight. Isn't it amusing? Ben had come into the fight with a predatory instinct. He started landing shots quite early, and as soon as he got the opportunity, he pounced on his opponent's back. After a quick scramble on the ground and several futile attempts by Elliott to get Nguyen off of his back, Nguyen finally got a hold of his back. In the process, he also made sure to rack up his significant strike count. Finally, he got the rear naked choke and let it sink in. Number 8. Davison Figuerdo versus Joseph Benavidez. Now, enough submissions. Let's have a look at one of the most scintillating TKOs in the history of men's 125-pound division. Figuerdo and Benavidez butted heads for the vacant flyweight belt. However, the Brazilian was ineligible to win the title since he missed weight by 2.5 pounds. But this didn't stop him from stopping Benavidez from winning the belt either, as he brutally finished his nemesis. At one point in the first round, Figgy had him in a nasty armbar attempt, but Benavidez managed to get out of it. Then came the second round. All it took Figgy was one punch to drop him to the canvas. A few hammer fists later, the ref stepped in. Number 7. Kyara France versus Cody Garbrandt. Kai welcomed 125-pound debuting Cody to his division with loads of dynamites. Another one of many first-round finishes. The New Zealander showed no love that this wasn't any easy division to conquer. This finish sent Garbrandt back to where he came from, bantamweight. With loads of feints and calculated strikes from both sides, Cody must have blinked, for Kai no blink landed a heavy right overhand, dropping the former champ. This was soon followed by another heavy shot, dropping him the second time. Garbrandt made a quick recovery. However, his 125-pound dreams were soon shattered when Kyara France got him against the cage and landed a devastating combo, prompting the ref to step in. Number 6. Davison Figuerdo versus Joseph Benavidez 2. Joseph Benavidez was arguably the best gatekeeper of the flyweight division. While he never became a champ himself, he challenged for the belt several times. Despite falling short every time, he was always at the top of the division. With that being said, whoever has seen God of War fighting knows the man has some insane dynamite packed in his hands. Not only that, he is equally lethal on the ground. early in the first round, a nasty right hook from Figuerdo dropped Benavidez. However, he somehow survived the lethal assault, but it was soon followed by several tremendous submission attempts made by the Brazilian. Only God knows how Benavidez survived that. However, more assaults soon followed. After a brief back and forth on the feet, Figuerdo again dropped Benavidez. Several moments passed. Another raging bullet by Davison forced Benavidez to hit the canvas again. This time he pounced on Benavidez like a predator pouncing on its prey. Several lethal blows later, Joseph's face was brutally battered and bloodied. Finally, God of War put an end to his adversary's misery by putting him to sleep via a rear naked choke with 12 seconds remaining into the first round. Number 5. Henry Cejudo versus TJ Dillashaw. While Cody Garbrandt's flyweight career was less than impressive, there is yet another bantamweight with a worse resume at 125 pounds. He's none other than TJ Dillashaw. Going into the fight with dreams of becoming a double champ, this was the fight post and everything went downhill for Dillashaw. Between him and his double champ dreams were Triple C, and all it took Cejudo were 32 seconds and 18 significant strikes to defend what he worked so hard to snatch from Demetrius Johnson. To Henry's 18, all TJ managed to do was land a single significant strike. His whole flyweight career wrapped up in a single significant strike. Number 4. Davison Figuerdo versus Brandon Moreno 2. These two gentlemen hold the distinction of the only two fighters to have a quadrilogy in the UFC. Well, I'm not talking about the quadrilogy, but rather the rematch. The Assassin Baby was looking to be a better fighter both on the feet and on the ground. Moreno also secured a scintillating knockdown of Figuerdo. Before finally getting submitted by Moreno in the third round, God of War took ample time to get finessed by his nemesis. That rematch saw Moreno becoming the first ever Mexican champion in the UFC. Number 3. Demetrius Johnson versus Henry Cejudo. While we know Henry Cejudo as the Triple C, the triple champ with Olympic gold and 2 UFC belts, not too many know that he had to taste bitter defeat in his quest to become the UFC flyweight champion. The man to execute this feat to perfection was none other than Mighty Mouse himself. And it didn't take him much time either, just 3 minutes. It was super impressive for a guy who, at the time, was gaining a reputation for becoming a decision fighter. He finished Cejudo with knees to the body. That's the knee of death. Don't forget what happened to Adriano Moraes. Number 2. Kyara France versus Brandon Moreno. This is one of my personal favorites. It is extremely rare to finish a fighter like the way Moreno finished Kyara France to become the interim 125-pound king. That was a liver kick TKO. To those who don't know how much a liver kick hurts, just punch yourself lightly where your liver is. Now multiply that pain by 10,000. And that's how Kai must have felt. When I saw that fight, I didn't even realize what had happened to No Blink at first. The replay told the ultimate story. The way Moreno's foot dug into his liver was painful enough to watch. Only God knows how Kai managed to get up after that. Most people would have lost their livers. Never forget, you can have a granite chin, but you can never have a granite liver. Number 1. Demetrius Johnson versus Ray Borg. This one had to be the pound-for-pound greatest finish of all time. This one has never been replicated, and I doubt it will ever be. He lifted Ray from behind and threw him onto the canvas. While his opponent was mid-air, Mighty jumped up and grabbed Borg's left arm in an armbar before he landed. Suffice to say, Ray wasn't getting out of it without a tap. I won't say anything more. Just look at how flawless and beautiful this technique is. And this is one of the many reasons why DJ is the GOAT. So, fight fans, which one was your favorite finish? Do let us know in the comments. Hope you guys are enjoying our content, and if so, smash that like and subscribe button. If there is anything else you'd like us to cover, let us know. Please don't be shy. Till then, see you!